Okay, so I would like to offer one more toast, but this toast comes with a long story, so bear with me. As those of you who were at last night's rehearsal dinner can figure out, Barb and I are pretty fond of Mary Beth, as attested to by the hundreds and hundreds of pictures that we sat through. For those of you who were not at the rehearsal dinner, you'll see many of those pictures sitting on the table. You walk around the tables and see pictures of Nick and Mary Beth at various ages, and I encourage you to do that. I just want to talk about Mary Beth a little bit. When she was born, we were very worried about her. She was a very floppy baby. I can tell you all babies are floppy, but she was a lot floppier than normal. She had this scrawny little neck and this big head that didn't fit very well on this scrawny little neck. So we ended up calling her the chunker head. Barb actually came up with that nickname. That's been her nickname all her life. She's had many other nicknames, and I would encourage all of you to ask her about it, one by one, to just explain them. But we obviously, again, were very fond of Mary Beth and took great delight in watching her grow up and go through brownies and Girl Scouts and her first communion and her confirmation and Mother City School and dance team and all that. And I was very delighted when she turned out to be a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You probably saw pictures of her waving the terrible towel last night. So, in any case, eventually she met Nick. And I always thought that I was a pretty open-minded person. I think Barb was too. And I really didn't think that we harbored too many prejudices until Mary Beth came home and told us that she was in love with one of them, a Dallas Cowboys fan. But we made peace with that, sort of. But I think all the guys in the audience know how it works with women in marriage. You know, you bring a guy home to mom and dad, and you say, Mom and Dad, I found the absolutely perfect man. And then you spend the next 50 years trying to get him to change. So we're going to start that process tonight. Possession today, and I want you to have the terrible towel. It is a great honor to welcome Nick into the family, to start his transformation to a graduate school. I want to get back to Mary Beth, though, now. Mary Beth, I don't know how many of you know this, but when she was planning this wedding, she originally had planned to have it on the 2nd of November. And for those of you who are not part of the Hispanic culture, the 2nd of November is Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. And so I pointed that out to Mary Beth. That's pretty interesting, Mary Beth, that you plan to get married on the Day of the Dead. Date to October 5th. But in honor of that original decision, I want to present her with this. So this is a Dia de los Muertos. I want to raise a toast to Mary Beth and Nick. May you have a sanctified, Catholic, Christian, loving marriage that lasts well beyond until death do us. And we have here a bottle of 1959 Lafite Rothschild. So this is supposedly one of the finest vintages ever. And 20 years ago, I looked it up, and the bottle was supposedly worth $500. So I suspect it's worth a lot more than that now. Now, before anybody gets the idea that Barb and I can afford $500 bottles of wine, we bought this bottle when we were brand new newlyweds. I was making $16,000 a year. We were living in a little rundown apartment in Houston. Barb went to an auction one day. She came home with 6 bottles of wine. She said, I bought 6 bottles of wine at the auction. I said, how much did you pay for them? Well, $3 for all 6. Well, I didn't know anything about wine, so I didn't know if that was a good deal or not. But as it turns out, she got each of these bottles for 50 cents. Now, the bottle would be worth $500 if it was stored properly in a 55-degree wine cellar. But it was not. It was put in the trunk of our car and carted around the country. So it probably tastes like turpentine. But we're going to drink it anyway. If there's any left, we're all